1.1.5, once again another fraction. And it's good that we have all these fractions so we can have enough practice on how to deal with them. In this case, I've got a numerator and denominator that needs to be simplified individually again. Maybe you won't be able to, maybe you can't see it immediately because, it's not like over here where you could see that two brackets are being multiplied in the numerator. Here we have a bracket that's raised to another power, which means some simplification needs to take place there because we need to apply the laws of exponents where some kind of power or product in this case is being raised to a power, and the same thing is happening in the denominator. So the law of exponents that is being looked at here first of all is that we have in the bracket a product. Okay, that's a product, the factors of which are -3, x to the power 3, and y to the power 5. In other words, -3, I'll just use blue. So -3 is being multiplied by x to the power 3, and that's being multiplied by y to the power 5. That's inside the bracket. So that is a product. So the factors of this product is -3, x to the power 3, and y to the power 5. Those are the factors. So the law of exponents says that when we have this kind of scenario, then every one of those factors, meaning -3, x to the power 3, and y to the power 5, if they are a product being raised to a power, in this case the power is 3, then every factor in that product must be raised to that power. So what are those factors again? Those factors are the -3, the x to the power 3, and the y to the power 5. So let's just apply that. You can see, of course, that in the denominator we will do the same thing. So let's just quickly do that. So -3 raised to the power 3 will look like this. I will advise you to use brackets individually for each factor. So that is -3 to the power 3. Then I must also take x to the power 3 and raise that to the power 3. And then I must also take y to the power 5 and raise that to the power 3. So I've applied the law now which says that I needed to raise each one of those factors to the power that was outside the bracket. And I will then do the same thing in the denominator. So my factors here is, I'll just write it down here quickly. My factors there in the bracket are 3 being multiplied with x being multiplied with y to the power 2. So I've got 1, 2, and 3. So those are my factors, 1, 2, and 3. So each one of those factors must be raised to the power 2. The power 2, the one there outside. So let's do that quickly. I've got 3 raised to the power 2. Now I'm not putting 3 in a bracket because it is positive, so it's not going to matter really if I put it in a bracket or not. Then I've got x raised to the power 2. Again, positive, and it doesn't have a power, so I can just raise it to the power of 2 in this case. Then y to the power 2 also being raised to the power 2. Just want to go back to x squared. This one over here, the x, I said it doesn't have a power. It does have an exponent, does have a power. It is a power, its exponent is just 1. Okay, so I did mention that we should just put the ones there where we don't have exponents. So let me just go back and do that. So that was x to the power 1. X to the power 1 raised to the power 2 is just x to the power 2 anyway. So that is why we have this result here. So at the moment we have raised every factor of our products in the numerator and denominator to the power outside the bracket, and now we are simply just left to simplify. So -3 to the power 3 is -27. Now again, please just use your calculator if you are uncertain. I'm going to just say -3. Okay, maybe I should just put that in the bracket first. -3 raised to the power of 3 gives you -27. Don't pay too much attention to the buttons that I'm using on this calculator. Your calculators that you have are, more user-friendly. I just want you to follow the steps and listen and see what I'm doing, so that you can do the same thing on your calculator. So that was pretty straightforward and easy and correct. So I don't have to guess. I know my answer is negative 27 because I used the calculator. Then x to the power 3 over here, raised to the power 3, that will give me x to the power 9 because I'm multiplying my exponents here now. And then here, I've got y to the power 5 raised to the power 3. So I've got 5 times 3, that will give me y to the power 15. Okay, so there we have our numerator simplified. Then in my denominator, 3 to the power 2 is just 9. We don't need a calculator for that. X squared stays x squared. And y to the power 2 raised to the power 2 is y to the power 2 times 2. And that will be y to the power 4. Okay, so now we've simplified what we had originally. But again, remember, we still need to divide here. So can we divide? Yes, negative 27 divided by 9 once again. Just go and use that calculator. So negative 27 divided by 9 is negative 3. Okay, not negative a third or any other questionable answers. Just use the calculator. That's negative 3. Now for my powers, once again, I've got my powers of x. So I'm going to keep my base and subtract my exponents. For my powers of y, I'm going to keep my base and subtract my exponents because I'm dividing. Then simplify, I've got negative 3, x to the power 7, y to the power 11.